Hey, everybody. It's a beautiful Friday, March the 12th. It's National Plant a Flower Day, and it's time for the Wise Guys and Girl, sponsored by Future Shop, bringing you the internet on computers. As always, let's start with Sir and the weather.
A lovely day indeed for planting flowers. We're just going for a walk. Currently 7 degrees, working our way up to a high of 9 this afternoon. Sunny day at this point. Looks like it may be a little bit blustery and a chance of rain later in the day, but a nice weekend on tap for all.
Delightful. Well, I'm going to ask for a peony for your thoughts. No, I'm not pawing your leg. I'm telling you with my tulips that spring is just around the corner, and today is the day to participate in National Plant a Flower Day. Each year, this day is dedicated to the planting of flowers and looking forward to the spring season. When March hit, not a daisy goes by without thinking of the beautiful colors that we'll soon see in gardens. And I hope this'll show you how much fun we have here. We have Lily more fun each day. It just blossoms all the time.
Still peddling your wares, sir.
Well, I mean, talk about a coincidence. My wife just asked me this morning, why don't I buy her flowers? I had no idea she sold them.
And I'm so sure she thought that was hilarious.
Well, he did, so that's the important thing.
So fun. It is time for Tunes with Tamik. Tamik, what are we listening to today? Journey's Don't Stop Believing? Or maybe something by Elvis? I love you very much.
Well,
Or whoever it is, I hope they don't sing out of Petunia.
Oh gosh. we are going back into the 70s today. With an artist that we all know, actress, Bette Midler. And I don't know, I kept thinking about what song was on. I was thinking of all these other songs, but I'm like, The Rose is a classic song. She also starred in the film, was like nominated for an Oscar and all that good stuff. It's a little it is a little cheesy-ish, but I think sometimes cheese is good. And I love the end of the song where it says, I'm not singing it, Mark, I'm not singing it. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember in the winter, far beneath the bitter snows, lies the seeds that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. So I really do love that. It reminds me of days like today, when you see the snow out, and like you said, we know spring is coming. So yeah, it's just a lovely song. Just makes you feel like kind of happy and warm and fuzzy inside. So always remember that in the spring becomes the rose. All right. So that is my pick for today, The Rose, Bette Midler. If you want, watch the movie too. It's a pretty popular movie.
That's a bridge too far.
Flashing back to grade 8 graduation. Oh boy.
Oh, did they play The Rose for your graduation?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of cheesy because like everybody used it for those moments. But then sometimes you want to you got to let a song kind of sit for a while, and then you kind of bring it back and you're like, all right, it still has a place, it's still relevant. So yeah, there we are.
I think with that hairstyle, I think BP Botnick there was having something like that.
Missing the little red though. Gotta throw a little red in there. Little strawberry blonde,
It's all gray now.
I don't think we can use Stairway to Heaven. The show's not long enough. All right, what a great tune. Oh, and thanks for the flashback. All right, Venturo. It is time for Ventures with Venturo. What have you got for us today?
So many things to do. The weather is so good. As Mark suggested, really good weekend to get out and go for a walk. But as I was thinking about this weekend, there are two things that stood out to me. Yesterday we acknowledged 1 year since the start of COVID, right? And then I started thinking about all the businesses that we have lost, the restaurants that will never reopen, right? So there are two things that I want you to do this weekend if you can. If you can, just select a local restaurant in your neighborhood and support them, order in, take out or pick up. And don't forget to support your food bank. If there's a food bank near you, I'm pretty sure there are some people that are still feeling it 1 year into this COVID crisis, right? So get out there, support your food bank, and support your local restaurants. That's it from Ventures with Churro.
Brilliant idea. And going forward, we've got to figure out a way of getting our neighbor to neighbor program back.
Yeah.
All right, thinking caps on, everybody. It is Friday. Time for Friday's joke of the week. It's your part, sir.
You're on mute.
Let's give him some American Sign Language to tell him to take it off of mute.
I'm just waiting for the very noisy officer clan to vacate the premises.
Giving us the silent joke.
This joke is, speaking of long songs like Stairway to Heaven and the Eagles, Take It to the Limit, the ones that went on, and this Friday's joke of the day, brace yourself, it is a bit long and involved, but it was all prompted because of our earlier conversation about what's open and what's not, and churches, are they open or are they not? Just reminded me of that monastery that was trying to raise money to get the new bell, and the friars quite wisely decided that they needed a fundraiser, so that they started selling flowers in the local community. Wow, did it ever take off? They raised so much money and they got the new bell in no time, and still raised more money for charity. Wow, it all sounds rosy, supporting local business like was advocated. However, you can imagine the local florist in the area, nearly bankrupt. Well, finally they decided to pull together and wisen up, and they went to Hugh the Daisy Cutter, which was actually the discount flower wholesaler, and he was able to supply them with such cheap flowers that they undercut the monastery and put them out of business. So, really the moral of the whole thing was, what? Can somebody please tell me what the moral is? Think of this for a minute. Come on, folks, work with it. Come on.
Deliver.
Hugh and only Hugh can prevent florist friars.
Oh, God. And now I know why I couldn't think of it.
I thought it was an obvious one.
And if I didn't know it was Friday, I know it now.
All officer delivers again.
That was a perfect bow to wrap up the week. You tied in the whole show in one joke. Well done, sir.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Creativity knows no bounds in COVID times.
And that is it for us, everybody. We hope to be back next week. Thanks to our fans and friends and odds and ends for listening. Have a great Friday and a great weekend. We are the Wise Guys and Girl, leaving you smarter and happier than you were yesterday.
And it's the first time that you forgot to mention that the Skillet restaurant does takeout.
That's right. Be sure to support the Skillet restaurant and all defunct retail this weekend as well.
Exactly. Well, some of it might become defunct and we just don't even know yet.
No way. Oh, absolutely.